Hey everyone, this is Mahmoud Adel, and I'm making this video to take you through the solution that I've implemented to the technical challenge that you guys have sent me. And let's go. I won't take much of your time. So I only had one assumption, which is that the vehicle can send an HTTP request to an endpoint with its vehicle ID. Yeah, maybe in the future can also send other information, useful information such as the GPS location and the car health status and so on. So I made this assumption and they went through with it. And for the architectural sketch for the solution, um, this is how it looks like. I've took the microservice architecture and this is how it worked. So the cars here send different cars send requests to API gateway on AWS or any Lambda, any API gateway in general. And then that actually triggers a Lambda function or any step function in any cloud or non-cloud providers. So this Lambda function, what it does, it just only does one thing, which is publish the vehicle ID through a channel in Redis. And there is a car status service which lists into this channel and provide a WebSocket interface for our web UI to actually consume real time, no waiting. So that's it for the car status service. We also have car detail service, which contains all the information here in SQL database about the user informations and the owner information and their cars. And this service only exposes a REST API, also consumed by the web UI. And if we go one by one, I can tell why I choose the language, why it's implemented in that direction, and what the deployment pipeline looks like. So first of all, the ping hub server service. So this is an endpoint, right? This is a step function that been triggered by an API gateway, which is the car sends requests to. It's written in Golang. It's written and it's implemented in, as I said, Lambda service. And why I chose Golang, it can be integrated easily with Lambda. The binary file output can run on any server, any time, and yeah, it does what it does. And then the deployment pipeline for this is just that we create an API gateway here, get function, and exposes connected to the step function here that we are using. And once we get a request with a valid parameters, we send it to Redis. So that's it for the ping hub service. And the next one here is the car status servers. It's an implementation of WebSocket server for real-time communication. It's written in Node, and I choose Node because it has an easier integration, a better integration with WebSockets and an event-driven language, right? And the deployment is so easy. I just build the Docker image, pull it out in the specific either server or something like Kubernetes or ECS, and that's it. That's about it. And for the next one is the car detail service, which is written in Java. It exposes a REST API for the data inside the PostgreSQL database here, where the owner and their car information resides. And same deployment is also through Docker container, Docker image, Docker container. And the last one is the dashboard itself, where we can see the car and their own and their status. And it's written in Angular TypeScript language. Single page application, easier to encapsulate classes, and better handling with events. The deployment is so easy, we just put it on S3 bucket. And yeah, maybe we can go for a demo right now. And I have prepared this is the GUI, this is the vehicle dashboard, and the way I simulate how the car sends is just by a curl request, HTTP request, with the vehicle ID here as a parameter. And once I send this one, what you will see is just it will you can see here will now work. And yeah, for some reason the function takes a while if it's not used for a while. So if I can see here, the second one straight away works. And if I can see the third one here, it's just all green right now. And as one of the requests that maybe we want to see a specific status, I have a toggle here that only show cars with that are inactive. I mean, it makes sense. We want to see the cars that are inactive. Yeah, you can toggle on and off, and then you can see here select by specific owner, same thing on and off, and all the owners here, you can see them. There is a bit of a lag there, but this is something that can be improved later. But in general, yeah, the lag doesn't take much time. So that's it for the application, and this is the demo. And then I can take you, and you can see once I stopped all of them, they are all gone to red again, and then still this thing works, everything works. So if I would take you to the architecture of it, I have used all these services in AWS. So there is here an API gateway for the ping hub, and if you can see here, there is a function that as the function that's written in Go for the ping hub as well. And what else? You can see here, this is the EC2 instances. I'm using 3 instances, one for Jenkins, one for car status, and one for car details. And for cloud formation, I'm using, because you don't have to deploy the API gateway and the Lambda function every time, I'm using cloud formation to orchestrate that. S3 bucket, I have 2 buckets here, one for the dashboard and the other one for the binary builds of this dev function. This is, before we go here, this is the Redis node that I've used. And this is the RDS node, the Postgres SQL database I've used. And the last thing here is the Docker registry, which I have 2 services here. This is not used actually, need to delete it. So that's in terms of AWS. In terms of Jenkins, I have made 4 pipelines to deploy all of those. The pipelines are pretty straight, right? It just checks out the latest master. Of course, in real life, that's need to be the latest, not the latest, the specific version, and actually package it as a Docker container and push it to the registry, and then open the server and pull the image, right? So let's go one by one. I have here the implementation of each one of them. In terms of deployment, this is the dashboard. It's an Ansible, and all it does, it's SS3 sync, nothing much. And if we go to the car status service, which is a node application, npm install, build the image, tag it as an ECR, AWS ECR, push it, and then deployment would be actually pipe polling by running this Ansible playbook production, which will SSH into the server, pull the image, and make sure it's running. Same thing here for the car detail service, except that we're not using npm here, we're using Maven. Here's Maven package. Here's also Maven test. I've made some couple of tests. I really wanted to actually add in to Jenkins, but I didn't have much time to that. And same here, build, push, deploy. And last one is the car ping hub, which is the cloud formation template. I didn't do an Ansible for that because all it needs is a couple of AWS calls. And I'll be sending all this material, all the repositories and everything, and that's it. Thank you so much.